guys, today I'm going to do a product review, and I haven't done one of these proper product reviews in such a long time. I've basically been doing First Impressions Friday videos, which you have probably noticed, and I think it's good to give a first impression of a product that you buy so you can see if you like it, and then people can see how you like it on the first time that you apply it, and if it's any good and if you'll continue to use it. And then I'd like to give a review on how the product has been over a few months time or a few weeks time to tell you a final review and if I like it and if it's worth purchasing. The product today I'm going to be reviewing are the Real Techniques Cool Collection brushes, and I have had these for a very long time. I think I've had these for about 3 months. I've been using them every day. I took them to Florida with me. I think these retail for about £20 and I bought mine from Boots. So in this collection you get 4 brushes and you also get a case and stand. So this is very good to keep them if you're travelling, like I was in America. I took these to America and I also took them to Wales with me and they held up pretty good. On the back it's got all different details of what you can use each brush for. So I'll take these out and I'll show you what the brushes are. So the first one you have is the buffing brush, and this is the biggest brush out of the collection. It says it's ideal for full coverage application of powder and mineral foundation. Now I don't use this for powder or mineral foundation. I actually use this for liquid foundation. I think that it goes on very well using this, and it's so much better than a foundation brush. I don't use a foundation brush for my foundation and I haven't for probably a few years now. So this is honestly such a great brush just for liquid foundations as well. You can also use it for powders like it says, or mineral foundation. So this is the main brush that I use. So the next one is the contour brush, and it says that you can use it to delicately apply highlighter, to contour or create sheer soft finish. I use this as a contour brush. I honestly am in love with this brush. It is super good. I use it for contouring my nose, contouring my cheeks and my head. I don't really use it for highlighter. I haven't actually used it for a highlighter. I mean, like for highlighter I normally use my fingers to apply it and then rub it in with my fingers, and to me using your fingers seems to do a better job than putting it on with a brush that I've used. The next one is a pointed foundation brush, which is quite a lot smaller than the last 2 brushes, if you can see, and it says that you can use with liquid foundation to build custom coverage. I do not use this brush. I hardly ever use it. As you can see, it's very small for a foundation brush. It would take you a hell of a long time to actually put foundation in your face with this. Like, look how tiny that is compared to a normal foundation brush. I don't use this. I don't see any point of this being included in the set. I haven't really found a use for it. It's not even that good for concealer. And the last brush is the tiniest one, and this is the detailer brush. And it says on the back, the detailer brush, precision cut to effortlessly conceal problem areas or use with lipstick for long lasting shape and definition. Now I honestly use this a hell of a lot. This is probably one of my most used brushes that I have here, and I normally use this to shape my eyebrows when I do it. And then I also use it to clear up any excess product. So like with my eyeliner here, I normally use it with some concealer just to make sure that it's such a straight line. And then also if I get lipstick outside of the lines, I normally use this with some concealer and I'll go in and I neaten up the lip line, and it's very good. The good thing with these brushes is that they have what they're called on the side of them, like right here, this one's called contour brush. And to hold all the brushes you get this case, and this is good because it has elastic for each one of your brushes. And I'll just show you how to pop them in. It's super easy. They're little elastic bits, so you just pull it open, pop the brush in and pop it down, and it literally will not move from there. So each one of these brushes has its own compartment, and I think that's really good how they're different sizes for each different brush, and you can easily store them. They're like really good. So it's like this is how they'll go in. They will not come out. And then also on the other side, I think is good is that you can put some more brushes. This is what I used when I went to America, and for Wales I put all my extra brushes in here that I use, and then I just opened up the Velcro and then just fastened it like this, so it's like a nice case. And it's also padded as well, so it's very good for if you're travelling and you don't want things to go on it and smash all the brushes, because it actually has padding on it. Another use for this case is you can just fold it over like this, and then you tighten up this string here, and you can use it as a stand, so it can stand up if you like to show off your brushes like this. So I think that's very handy, and I think that's really good. And I've never actually seen any makeup brushes that have their own pouch and have their own stand. I think that's a very good idea. So I will give each brush an evaluation. So the first one, the buffing brush, I am in love with this brush. This is honestly one of my favourite brushes I've ever got in a set before. It's so good. It really works with liquid foundations. You can also use it for powders, mineralised foundations. This is honestly the best brush I've ever had for foundations. I have had other ones before, like foundation brushes, and they haven't done a good job. And this is a pretty big size, so you can go like this with your foundation, or you can easily buff it in just like this, which is what I always do. And I'm always using this one in a makeup tutorial, as you'll see. I also include my contour brush, and most of the time I include my detailer brush as well. So the detailer brush, this is an okay brush. I definitely would not use it for concealer. I tried it for concealer, and honestly it's not soft enough to use it for concealer. It's quite hard when you think about it. But honestly, this is so good. This is good for doing your eyebrows, which is what I use it for. It's also good for shaping your lipstick. It's good for anything, and I think this is really good, but I wouldn't use it for concealer to apply underneath the eyes. Maybe you could apply them on some spots or imperfections, and then it might look good, but this is a very good brush. The pointed foundation brush, I do not like this brush. I don't use this brush. I've used it once, and this is meant to be for foundation. This is too small to use for foundation. I just don't use it. I don't see any point in it being included in the collection. They could easily have put a different brush in that did a different thing, because this is completely useless to me basically. But I've also read quite a few reviews online, and nearly all of them have said about the pointed foundation brush, saying that there's no point to it. They shouldn't have included it in the collection, and they should have included a different brush. The last one, which is the contour brush, this is honestly my favourite brush out of the whole of the set. This is absolutely amazing. It's so good at contouring. It's just absolutely amazing. A nice pointed tip, so it's easier to get into the creases here. And then also when I contour my nose, I just push the bristles together like this, and then I do it on my nose, and honestly they're so good that they mould. I've also noticed that there's absolutely no bristles that have come off of the brushes. They have honestly been so perfect. They've been the best brushes I've ever used in my life, and with washing them it's super easy to wash them. The makeup just comes straight off, and I just mould them back into shape, and they mould back into shape very, very well, and they dry so good. They still feel so nice and soft, and I've washed these like so many times because I wash my makeup brushes once a week. Then I also use my e.l.f. daily brush cleaner, and that is what I use in between washing my brushes, and honestly they feel so nice, so good. And I think it looks a lot more expensive than it is. Like when you think that this is £20, if you get a Sigma brush or a MAC brush, it's probably about the same price or even more than getting this whole collection of brushes. Plus you get the pouch of it, and I think that is absolutely amazing. I like the fact that on the back of here it tells you what brushes there are, and also it tells you what you can use them for. And also on here, on every brush, they have what they're called. Like that one's called the buffing brush, and then on the other side it says Real Techniques by Samantha Chapman, which I think's pretty good, because at least then you can see what brushes you're picking up, and then if you don't know what to use them for, just refer to the back of the packet and it has everything on it. Overall, I think these are definitely worth the money, and I think they are very good. Honestly, they definitely should have come with a completely different brush. This one is so useless to me, and I don't use this. This is the only brush in the collection I don't use, and the other ones I use daily, and if they're that good for me to use them daily and have had no bristles falling out, then that is a very positive thing. I don't know if I'm going to purchase the eye brushes. I'm not sure if that's something that I will go for. I might go and get higher end brushes for that, just because obviously it's with eye colour, and I have sensitive eyes, so I can't have any bristles that are very, very hard or anything. So I might try them out, see if my friend has some, and see if they're good enough for my eyes. And overall, I give these probably about an 8 out of 10, only because of that brush there. But honestly, they wash perfect, they put makeup on perfectly, and they're just so nice and soft, and they're very good if you're starting out to put makeup on as well. So they're very good for beginners as well, so that's something that I think is very good. And They're sort of quite expensive, but when you think you get 4 of them in the set for £20, that's £5 a brush. So if you like this review and you think that it's good, give me a thumbs up. Make sure that you comment, you like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be doing loads more product reviews, so I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye!